Hello everyone. Today we got quite a bit of information for you guys about Calgary and Canada's real estate market, and obviously there is just so much information out there. Sometimes it is really hard to make any decision. So I really hope actually our videos help you get through those all the information, the right information, the correct information that you require to make those decisions. So there are a couple of things we're going to discuss today. One is we're going to talk about new house starts in Calgary, and I will give you all the numbers. At the same time, we really want to discuss about Canadian housing market, and we're going to bring data from the last few years. Now, we get quite a few people even commenting our videos and saying, okay, you know what, market is going to crash, this will happen, that will happen. And obviously, city-wise, we're seeing a little bit difference, and you probably guys have noticed actually that number of units sold in Toronto have gone up in the month of September, and also in Winnipeg, where other markets were down. Now, let's just start with Canada's real estate market. Why am I bringing this up? So you can really see where Canadian real estate market has gone in the last even 20 years. So now, again, we have so many people that really talk about stuff over the phone and really provide you information that is usually not correct. And this is the data coming from Canadian Real Estate Association. And let me show you the first graph here. This graph here, you can see actually that, this is for the number of units sold, monthly sales. And the graph is showing you all the years from 2007 up to 2025. And you can see actually in 2009 when we had a recession, at that time, number of units, this is number of units sold all across Canada, actually was down. And then when in 2020, the market basically went really slow, and that is where they're really down, but all of a sudden they picked up and went really high in 2021. And the black line here is basically showing you the average number of units sold across Canada. And it is still going up, obviously, because we have so many people moving to Canada. So it gives you kind of idea that number of units sold in Canada, the black line, is going slightly up every year, and it jumped quite a bit in 2022. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. I've been here in Canada since 2000, and I have seen actually the prices of houses going up. I do remember in Edmonton, when I came to Edmonton, that prices there were pretty close to 150,000, 160,000, and you could buy a really nice house for 170, 180. So now, when you look at this graph right here starts from 2005. And you can see the average price in Canada. Now, the reason I'm showing this to you, because a lot of people fear that if a recession comes, the market will crash, and you know what, there won't be anything. I'm going to talk about 2 years here, actually 3 different years. The first one, when the recession came in 2008 and 9, you can see there was a dip in prices. And then, even in our market was very slow in 2014, and you can barely even notice what happened in 2014. And then you can see even in 2020, when the COVID came, and right after the prices went up. Remember the previous graph where it was showing number of units sold? Even though number of units sold dropped quite significantly, but you can see here the average price in Canada, and it has gone quite a bit up. And we're talking from in the last 20 years. So it gives you pretty much some sort of idea, even though the big word recession, everybody fears that what will happen if a recession comes. So now this one is the benchmark price graph. This one right here is showing you the benchmark price that is usually determined before what happens. It's since 2005, again, you can see the dip actually again in 2008, and even in 2020, you won't even notice much of that dip. Obviously, the market was kind of leveling there, and 2021, it went really high after that. 2022, it was very high, and now it is again leveling off. Now, the last graph I'm sharing with you, this one in particular is showing you where the market is heading. Now, the blue lines are showing you the inventory, how many months of inventory that we have in Canada, and the red line is showing you how many sales are happening every month. So now things are leveling off. There is no doubt about that. So the reason I wanted to show it to you, to give you some knowledge how really real estate market works. Canada's population is growing, and we know that at this time, the Canadian federal government has put a pause to our immigration, but the question is for how long? And now, what I really wanted to share with you, because we're really focused on Calgary's real estate market. In Calgary's real estate market, obviously, there is quite a bit of inventory, but there's one segment of the market that never actually shows up on the MLS, and that is the new builds. Now, we have so many houses being sold. Market has slowed down quite a bit. Obviously, people have choice. Now, everybody really wants to take advantage also of no GST on new homes for the first-time home buyers. So, in Calgary, we had 20,893 new housing starts that started, which was an increase of 20% compared to last year from January to September in 2024, which is a very significant number. And that makes it a huge difference because now we have so many units that are hitting the market, and obviously that will affect the rental market as well. And that's a 20% increase. Now, here is the part that you need to really pay attention to. And most of these numbers are from condo market and other like townhouses and that kind of stuff, where the detached numbers were pretty much the same. Detached home numbers for the new house starts were pretty much the same compared to last year. Now, when it comes to September, in September we had 2,261 new starts, which is an 8% increase. And but the single detached homes were down by 4%. So single family homes are not being built actually at the same pace as last year, because we have, like, for example, the biggest contributor in these ones is actually the high-rise buildings that are being built in downtown, where there is one that has 300 units, there is another one coming up with 400 units. So that is where the huge difference is. And also in Calgary, we're seeing that the shift from single family homes more towards condominiums. So the single detached homes were down by 4% in September, where the other categories were up by 14%. Obviously, some of the first-time home buyers are trying to take advantage of that. And the market obviously is also seeing impact of those new houses that are being built. There are so many people. There are lots of buyers sitting in the market, and everybody's waiting to see where the market goes. There are a couple things that in the next few episodes that we will talk about, and those ones are going to be obviously the interest rate. That is, the decision is going to be made by Bank of Canada on October 29th. But there's another thing that is really big, and that is the American market, which is going to definitely affect Canada. As you guys probably have seen, there is a somewhat change in the stock market right now. Investors are a little worried about the way things are looking right now. So we'll pay attention to that as well. But this is how Canadian market has, even in recessions, gone through. So pay attention to that. Now, the next thing we want to talk about is the mortgage rates. As you can see right here, all the banks are offering pretty good rates, and you can still negotiate with them. And I am sure right after October 29th, we'll see even more drop. But here is another thing that I want to share with you guys. I hope you guys remember our videos from last year. Because of tariffs, things changed quite a bit, that the interest rates will come down to somewhere between 2% to 2.5%, and they are already there. But here's one thing that we are expecting. If things start to get normal, by the end of next year, we will start seeing that interest rate could start going up. So again, keep watching these videos to get all that information. And let's get back to our weekly report. As you know, in winter months, we don't get that many listings. So the listings are not hitting the market at the same rate that we have had actually in the past. So new listings, 696 new listings that came into the market, 77 were back onto the market, 740 saw a price decrease. We have so much inventory sitting in the market, so obviously we're seeing quite a bit price adjustments. 8 properties saw price increase, 380 properties went pending, 402 properties got sold, 116 properties expired, 8 withdrawn, and here terminated number is quite high, 242. Some of the sellers have taken their properties out of the market. Some of them will come back, but not all of them. If you require any information to help you make any decision to buy or sell real estate, please give us a call. We'll guide you through the whole process, and we'll also show you our marketing strategy that is effective to sell your property. My phone number is 403-689-2345. Thank you.